Welcome back to our movie review, and this week we'll be reviewing Knives Out. My name is Austin Arpeza, and I think this movie is going to get a 50 out of 60 in the total room tone score.
My name is Maddie, and I think Knives Out is going to get a score of 42.
Oh,
okay. You're going lowballing.
I'm going lowball.
My name's Austin Swain, and my guess for Knives Out total score is 46 out of 60.
Ooh, okay. So we have a 42, we have a 46, and I have a solid 50. Ooh, okay. That's going to be interesting. I feel like it's not too far off, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I guess besides the 42.
We kind of tend to land in that range, but it seems like we're all kind of lowballing it. So I'll be interested to hear how this goes.
Yeah.
Maddie, would you mind reading the synopsis for us?
The circumstances surrounding the death of crime novelist Harlan Thrombey are mysterious, but there's one thing that renowned detective Benoit Blanc knows for sure. Everyone in the wildly dysfunctional Thrombey family is a suspect. Now Blanc must sift through a web of lies and red herrings to uncover the truth.
Blanc.
Do you guys want to guess the Rotten Tomato score?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, sure. I think the critic score is 92.
I think the critic score is 95.
Its Rotten Tomato score is 97.
Oh, hot damn.
Oh, shit. Big boy.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, makes sense. I'm not surprised.
It's a fun flick.
Absolutely.
You know what? Maybe I'm not that surprised if I'm being honest with you. Because I felt like there were multiple... I feel like this is like a film for everybody, you know?
I agree.
Like it was appropriate enough where like people from like ages like 12 and up could watch. It was engaging enough where a little bit more mature audience can like still feel engaged in the mystery. And it was fun. Like overall, it was fun.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
I totally agree.
Who doesn't like a whodunit, you know?
Oh my God, truly.
Yeah.
They're just a fun thing to watch.
Yeah. Well, let's dive right into it.
Dive on in.
Let's dive on in.
Let us review Knives Out.
Welcome to the Room Tone Movie Review, where we take a look at a movie over the course of 4 different categories: cinematography, characters, story, and its watchability. Each of the 3 of us will give it a score out of 5, coming to a final score of 60.
Ooh.
So let's jump right in and talk about the cinematography of this movie.
So if you guys don't mind, I would like to start that out. I'm going to start off by giving you my number and then giving you my reason.
Interesting.
I am going to give it a 5.
Hell yeah.
Because there was so much detail and so much like, I don't know. I say this word a lot, foreshadowing, you know, and like the bits of things that we see. And like, I feel like I watched that movie and I'm still like seeing something new, you know, I'm still discovering something new. Like just recently, someone actually had to tell me this. The painting of the author throughout the film is changing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is matching the mood of the film. Like he's like upset that like his family's getting like the upper hand or whatever, or like he like looks like taunting at them if like he like one up them somehow.
Hell yeah.
Or whatever. And then at the end it's a smile because he's happy that his fortune went to someone that he wanted to go to.
I love that. I love when a movie just like takes that extra step like outside of realism.
Yeah.
Just to like have fun with the audience.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
And then they talked to again, cinematography, we definitely kind of encompass more so just like the art element into it. And like, you know, like another thing that was pointed out to me was like the state of Chris Evans's sweater. It looks very nice. It looks very like expensive, but there's like holes and tears all over it, showing kind of like his personality of like he doesn't really take things that he doesn't take care of the things that he has. You know, he
Mhm.
takes everything for granted.
Mhm.
And you know, like that's such a cool detail to involve in your movie. Like what a level of foreshadowing where you're like, yeah, this guy's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fuck yeah.
Even to his stuff.
Yeah,
Like it
totally.
sounds so simple, but like it adds like a whole new layer and dimension to this character.
Totally.
Mhm.
So I think I'm gonna give it a 5 in cinematography. Yeah. The pieces, the execution, it all looked great. I was having a good time.
Hell
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Maddie?
I'm gonna give it a man. I think I have to give it a 3
Really?
for
Ooh.
cinematography, just
Mhm.
because I feel like the scenery was very beautiful.
Mhm.
The setting was very beautiful, but I don't necessarily think that the cinematography was anything like super crazy. But yes, I think all of like the attention to detail is
Mhm.
very good and just it's very aesthetically beautiful, but I just don't think it's its strongest suit. Like I think the characters drive
Mhm.
this one the
Mhm.
most,
Yeah, that's fair. I can certainly see that.
and the dogs are super beautiful.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't remember thinking that the cinematography was anything out of this world or like being super impressed by it.
I can see that. Although the cinematography didn't stand out as, you know, maybe something unique or groundbreaking, I think that it was flawless, is how I thought of it. Like, the lighting is beautiful. Like, everyone has such a painterly look to them. Like, everything just feels so well put together. The colors and the lighting and the way that people were positioned, the compositions that they pull throughout it, you know, the circle of knives and like people in
Mhm.
windows and all of the stuff they did just really beautifully. And the whole film does take on this kind of painterly quality, which I really enjoyed. And Austin, you said this about one of the movies that we reviewed, but I find this to be a masterclass of cinematography. I'm going to give it a 5.
Wow, all right. Big numbers from y'all,
It's
considering you've seen it like once.
They did really well.
Mhm.
I mean, just in watching the scenes that we watched today, it's like I was reminded how well it was lit and shot.
Mhm. Oh, trust me, it was lit.
This is lit, y'all. Which brings us down to characters.
Do you want to start us off, Austin?
Hell yeah. So we got a massive cast of characters here, and we've already mentioned a star-studded room of people, and so we had a lot of big energies and a lot of stories to tell, and I thought that they did really well of like letting you get to know each of those characters. And I don't remember the runtime, but I feel like the movie was pretty long.
2 hours, 10 minutes.
2 hours, 10 minutes. Maddie's on the clock. And, you know, exploring all of those characters is definitely going to do that to you, but I don't remember the movie feeling long because you're always just kind of there with those people.
Mhm.
And I just found them all to be unique and interesting to each other. You know, they each kind of follow like a trope, but I found the way that they came together to be pretty interesting. I am going to give it a 4 for characters.
I also will give it a 4 for characters because I think that it pulled off something that we tried to pull off with our movie and did not pull off, which is having a shit ton of characters that are all a huge personality and all matter, and you like don't even forget about any of them while you're watching it, which is crazy.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I think that they just have a very, like, their interactions are just always very good and very realistic feeling and believable and, like, charming. So
Mhm.
I think that the way that the characters are all so different and the way that they all work together so well makes that a 4.
Mhm.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I so to avoid saying pretty much what you guys have said,
Yeah.
I just kind of want to highlight one particular character who really got to me, really like twisted the knife more than anyone, and that was the one who played in 13 Reasons Why,
Mm-hmm.
whatever her name was.
Mhm.
Like when she like betrayed Marta in that scene where she was like, "Hey, like where are you at? Like what's your plan? What are you gonna do?" And
Yeah,
she
what
was
a
like, "Hey, like
bitch.
I'll take care of you. Like don't worry about it. Like I see you as family too. Like it's all good." And yeah, like she had that reassurance from a genuinely good person, and she still like stuck that knife, and I'm like, "You son of a bitch.
Yeah,
You
she's a
didn't. You don't
bitch.
deserve Marta. Marta, take the money and run.
Yeah.
Fuck that
yeah.
bitch.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and that's like another thing is like these characters, like when Marta ends up with the money and the estate and everything, and she is sitting, or not sitting, but she's standing on her balcony drinking her coffee and looking down on the family. There was not one moment where I'm like, "Oh, poor family."
Yeah.
No.
Fuck the family.
Yeah, dude. Like
Bunch
the
of
entire time, I'm like,
assholes.
all right, good.
Yeah,
You
and they all
fuckers.
look so pissed. That's like
Maybe-
the best shot.
Maybe besides Jamie Lee Curtis's character, to an extent,
What? She's a bitch too.
she's a bitch, a total bitch. But to an extent, I would feel bad for her mostly because she seemed genuinely close with her father, who
Mhm.
actually like loved him and saw him as like he saw herself as like an equal
Yeah.
because she actually went out and did shit and like you
Yeah.
know whatever.
Yeah.
I felt a little bad for her. And then when she talked about like the cute game that her and her dad would play, like to me that was like, oh, that's like genuine love, and like
Yeah.
I feel like there's like genuine like I'm gonna miss this place as my childhood home.
Yeah.
That only person. The rest of them can go fuck themselves.
But you know what's cool? Like, even if you like despise a majority of the family, like I feel like they were still a lot of fun to hang out with.
yeah,
Like it was still like fun to be there
yeah,
and just like watch everyone yell at each other. So
Yeah, they were fun even though they were awful.
yeah.
They pulled off again what we tried to do and
Agreed.
couldn't.
yeah.
Agreed.
Oh my god.
And so, you know, I think we could take notes on, you know, the way that their dialogues work and the way that their relationships show.
I agree. I also get that for. I just want to point out one more thing. I loved that everyone in the family throughout the night of the incident kept saying that Marta was from a different country.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like they kept like naming like, oh yeah, you're from Ecuador, right? Mexico, Cancun.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. It really is a great like
yeah.
modern comedy.
Mhm.
Which brings us into the story and the writing.
I thought the writing was great. I thought it was
What a
fantastic.
twisted web.
No kidding.
Mhm.
And this is probably purposeful, but like there was moments where I'm like, this feels very campy, like
Yeah.
this level of campiness. Where I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
but like that being said, it didn't like completely like ruin the movie or do anything that like would make me think negative of this movie.
Well, since you said campy,
Uh-huh.
can we take a quick like sidestep back into characters and discuss Daniel Craig's character?
Mhm.
What do you guys think?
You know what? And like he is an example of campiness.
Oh yeah.
That like is there, but like it's charming campiness. I feel like he made it work to himself. If he did any less in his performance, it would be bad. You know, like he was on that line of like,
yeah. He
this
had
is
to
good.
push
He was
it.
like
Yeah.
purposefully bad.
yeah,
Yeah, he had to push it to
Yeah.
make it work. It's
Yeah.
like a caricature.
but like made it silly, but yet also compelling enough where like we are actually taking intel from this guy.
Yes.
You know, he's not like Kevin from The Office who's just saying I like jelly beans. And like putting it in his mouth. It's not like that, but like it's like, oh, I'm actually an intellectual person. I have these things. I'm just a
Totally.
little quirky.
Yeah. Even though I'm from the South,
Yeah,
I can be smart.
Yeah, that was
I'll
the
tell
only
you what.
that was the only thing I've liked Daniel Craig in.
Amazing.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Do you think while we're on Daniel Craig,
Mhm.
do you think Maddie would like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
I don't know because I haven't seen Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh, I
and
think
I own it.
I want to see it again. I only saw it once, but I want to see it again. I thought it was good.
I'd be down to watch it.
Let's talk about the story.
So the story. Maddie, you want to go first?
I did think it got a little long.
You think so?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
you bitch.
What's your threshold for a movie? Like, I guess I know it depends on like how interesting the story is.
Yeah.
But like, what's your time frame that you're willing to commit if you know nothing about the movie? You know,
Like an hour 45.
hour 45. That's your cutoff.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not even that as much as, like, towards the end of this movie in particular, I felt like a lot of things didn't matter and that they were kind of just doing things to, like, either make it more complicated or just take up more time. Like, the main thing I think about is when they're, like, in that other house or salon or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Why ever they're there.
Yeah.
And, like, there's, like, a person in a wheelchair or something. Like, I have no idea why that mattered. It was happening. I didn't care. I didn't know why it was happening. It didn't seem to impact anything. And, like...
It feels like a deleted scene.
Yeah, and it made it feel so long. So, like, for shit like that... Man, I'm giving it another 3.
That's fair. I think for the story, I had fun watching it, and I had fun following along. I agree with you, May. There were parts where I'm like, this feels like a little off track, but we're still going. Eventually, things did connect, and things like everything. There were resolutions everywhere.
Right.
Like I got everything that I needed. I did feel like there were some scenes in there that like it's like, man, this feels just like it's detracting.
Yeah.
So for that, I think I will give it. I'll give it a solid 4. I'd give it a 4.
You guys are generous.
I think the story is really nice. Well, because like it wraps up everything, and like everything was displayed nicely. Like I feel like nice is my like adjective to describe this movie and the story. But no, it was good.
Hell yeah.
And I guess like even like when I watched it the second time, I'm like, oh my god, I'm still having fun. Nice. Like this is still such a good time.
Hell yeah.
So I give it a 4.
For me, it did like exactly what you want a whodunit to do. Is it's like I suspected. Well, and we all know who done it. Wait, right? We know it was Marta who killed him like the whole time, right? No.
Who?
Marta?
You don't know that she accidentally messed with the drugs.
Marta didn't kill him.
But she didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, did someone? I forget what happened.
She accidentally. So the whole like thing, the whole plot. Let me give you a little refresher, Swain.
Thank you.
This 4 movie you're giving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what had happened was, Chris Evans' character sneaks up, switches the labels in the vials. Marta gives the insulin or whatever shot he needs to take, for before bed or whatever. And then he was like, "You'll give me some morphine," and she was like, "All right." Grabs the thing, puts the morphine in him. Notices the bottle is the insulin rather than the morphine, and whatever. So she believes throughout the movie that she did kill him.
Yeah.
But turns out that like she knew the weights of like each vial, even though it's like minuscule.
Yeah.
So like she did pick up the insulin without realizing it because she knew the weight of it.
Gotcha.
And
that's like my favorite part when he goes, "Because you're a damn good nurse," or whatever he says, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it did for me what you want a whodunit to do. Like throughout it, I was suspicious of different people, and I very much remember enjoying like following the thread of the story. And I agree, I thought it was very well laid out and told, even though it definitely took some twists and turns and got a little long where you didn't really want it to. I totally agree with that. But what I would say about this movie that it does better than like Clue, which is another like
wow.
Yeah.
Which like I would say is comparable in like it's a big cast of characters, it's a whodunit, it's a yada yada. But I think that this movie has so much more story than Clue, because Clue.
I agree.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, obviously. So, for that, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Nice. And so then overall,
watchability.
You want to start us off again, Maddie?
I have a perfect example of why I'm gonna give it a 3 again, because I have only seen it once and have not felt the need to watch it sense, clearly,
Mm-hmm.
but I do feel the need to recommend it to people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is just a good indicator of I didn't need to watch it again, but I definitely think other people should watch it for the first time.
Based off what you said there, I feel like I want to give it a 4 now because like similar path, except I do like to watch it. Like if someone, gosh, I can't tell how many times I would watch it within a given year. But if someone's like, if we were hanging out and like we were like, hey, what do you want to watch? And like we couldn't find anything and Knives Out was there, I'd be like, yo, let's watch Knives Out.
Fuck yeah.
That would be like my safe option. That would be my safety.
Right on. I
You know.
support that.
Because it's always a fun time. It's gonna be a fun time. I know it is.
You do say that about a lot of movies. Also.
That's gonna be a fun time.
Just like you're a very willing to watch any movie kind of guy.
Sort of, because like it does, like mood and vibe does like affect it. Like
Right.
like there are times where like I'll tell myself like, oh my gosh, I gotta go home and I gotta watch this new movie I bought. Woohoo! And then like I'll get there and I'm like, not really feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I mean more of just like if we're all hanging out and we're like, what should we watch? You're pretty willing to be like, I'm down to watch whatever.
That's,
you know what I mean?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of just like like easygoing about
Yeah.
what movies to like put on.
Mhm.
So it's versus me
That's
who's
fair.
like, I don't want to watch shit.
That's
I'm
valid.
very specific. So
But I
Yeah.
guess I'll say more so like if we were all indecisive about it and like that was like a pick that I saw, I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, that's it.
Hell yeah.
that's fair.
Me, on the other hand, like if I've seen the movie in the last year, I'm gonna fight it. Don't put it in the machine. But yeah, I love like your love language, Austin, is like showing people
Mhm.
movies and
Yeah.
things. And so yeah, I always recognize that when we're like trying to pick one out and you're like, hey, we could watch this one. And like I know you watched it a week ago.
Mhm.
But like, I can still see that sparkle in your eye.
Let's watch Cinemax. Come on. I know you watched this last week, buddy.
Come on, this one's got the tits.
It's like me with Hannibal.
Let's watch
Yeah.
Showtime After Hours.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Honestly, I've been stalling because I kind of just want to say ditto for what Maddie said because I loved watching it the first time. I love to recommend it, but I have not seen it again, and I have not felt the need to watch it again.
Mm.
So I'm going to also give it a 3.
So, Swain, can we get a total score?
You guys had better be fucking ready for this one. Swain nailed it.
Oh,
Was 45?
A solid 46.
holy shit.
It's not nailed.
No, I guess 46.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 45.
I changed it.
Yeah.
Nice. Good
46.
job.
46
Wow.
It's not quite toned, but it's on the shelves.
Oh, yeah.
It
You
was
get
still
a
a good
hand
one.
job now.
Yay!
We're gonna
And
milk you.
Pause for room tone.
Awesome. That's great. 46. It's the okay room tone.
Yes, happy to have it on our shelves, but
Mhm.
it's not in our prime collection.
Mm-hmm. You're not taking this out of my vault.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
and we definitely spoiled the ending. But if you haven't seen it, we
Why are you
recommend it.
watching a movie review?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, honestly.
What are you doing?
Just a quick reminder that the Room Tone cast is going to take a little holiday, December 14th through January 18th. Going to be with our loved ones and going to figure out a little bit more of what we want to unveil for 2023. So stay tuned. But until then, pause for Room Tone.
Ah, you sexy son of a bitch. That was great.